All right, thank you very much. Okay, so thank you all for coming. Welcome to today's ceremony, and welcome all our honored guests. The mayor is here with us. Our favorite senator, Joan Lovely, is here. Our favorite state rep, Paul Tucker, is here. Many of the veterans groups are represented here as well, and of course our honored guests, all the Vietnam veterans that are here today. So we have come here today for several reasons. We gathered to officially mark tomorrow as Vietnam Veterans Day, a day set aside solely to honor the contributions and sacrifices of all our Vietnam-era veterans. First officially designated in 2012, the day was chosen because of its great significance in the Vietnam War's tragic history. On tomorrow, March 29, 1973, 43 years ago, the last combat troops left Vietnam. But before we get too much into this, I'd like to introduce the mayor of the city of Salem, Kim Driscoll.
Thanks, Kim. We're competing with the traffic, so I will try and be brief and thank everyone for turning out today, especially our Vietnam vets. My father's a Vietnam vet, and I think I can relate to the fact that many folks and family members coming home never really got the respect and dignity that they earned when they were in Vietnam. And I want to thank all of you who are vets for coming out and for your service. I think the one thing that Vietnam helped us, among many things, was making sure that we did do all that we could to properly take care of our veterans. We're working hard to do that at the local level. I'm proud to be in Massachusetts, a state that has been doing that at the state level, and make sure that we're integrating folks back into our community. We didn't do it then. We're proud to be able to do it now. And while we're recognizing and commemorating the 50th commemoration of the Vietnam War, I think we're also remembering we need to separate the warrior from the war and thanking the folks who served, while recognizing that we never want to put our veterans or our active military in the middle of such an awful circumstances they were at that time. And I'm proud to be here today to help on a beautiful sunny evening to help do our small part to say thank you to our Vietnam vets.
Okay, so the president of the Salem City Council, Josh Turiel.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you to Kim Emmerling, our veterans agent, for putting this commemoration together, and to all the veterans, their families, and the elected officials who've all gathered here tonight. I know my colleagues, Councilors Lovely, Gerard, Famico, Fury, and Milo are here, and I'm not sure if any others have come in, but just over 50 years ago, the United States began a long and difficult war in Vietnam. Brave and noble troops went to fight for a cause they believed was right, while our nation was torn apart at home by the war. 43 years ago tomorrow, the last of our combat troops left Vietnam and returned home to a nation that took far too long to recognize the effort and the sacrifices that were made in their name. Today, a generation later, we are again at a point where we are bringing troops home from overseas. And as a nation, we've learned to appreciate what they do and what sacrifices they make for us. The Confederate General Robert E. Lee said, "It is well that war is so terrible, otherwise we should grow too fond of it." War is a terrible thing, and the courage of our men and women who fight them now and fought them then is something we are eternally grateful for. In 1973, our soldiers came home from a war in Vietnam to a nation that had changed in their absence. Today, we honor their service and their sacrifice with a proclamation that was sent us, that was made for this. Whereas, I don't have the form, unfortunately, but there will be a commemorative proclamation for it. Whereas the United States of America Vietnam War commemoration gives us the opportunity for all Americans to recognize, honor, and thank our Vietnam veterans and their families for their service and sacrifices during the Vietnam War from November 1st, 1955 to May 15th, 1975. And whereas more than 9,000 organizations across America have joined with the Department of Defense as commemorative partners to honor our nation's Vietnam veterans, and whereas this commemoration includes the 9 million Americans, approximately 7 million living today, who served in the U.S. Armed Forces during this period, and makes no distinction between those who served in country, in theater, or stationed elsewhere during those 20 years, all answered the call of duty. And whereas Veterans Affairs Secretary Robert A. McDonald designated March 29, 2016, the last day that U.S. troops were on ground in Vietnam, as a day to honor those who have borne the battle and to extend gratitude and appreciation to them and their families. Now, on behalf of the City of Salem, the City Council of Salem, and the Mayor of Salem, we do hereby proclaim March 29, 2016 as Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans Day. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So we are here to personally thank and honor all of our veterans of the Vietnam War, those that remain prisoners of war, and those that are listed as missing in action still. We thank and honor you for your service, your sacrifice on behalf of the United States. And right there on that black granite marker is a reminder that there are still 59 Massachusetts residents missing in action. We're also here to thank and honor the sacrifices made by your families while you're away. Some families, we know, as many veterans still do, continue to suffer from the consequences of the war. This ceremony is also in conjunction with our responsibilities to the Commemorative Partnership Program that our city has willingly and readily agreed to participate in with the Department of Defense. The 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War Commemorative Partnership Program is a 13-year program designed to honor and give thanks to a generation of proud Americans who saw our country through one of the most challenging missions we have ever faced. While no words will ever be fully worthy of their service, nor any honor truly befitting their sacrifice, we hope that it is not too late to pay tribute to the men and women who had answered the call of duty with courage and valor. I would ask at this time to have as many Vietnam veterans maybe around this flagpole right here, and then we're going to have Tom, representing the United States Army over there, raise it, and maybe we can get a Navy guy closer, an Air Force guy. Roger in his civil defense helmet over there. All right. All right. All right. So yeah, you guys can get around it. All right, there you go. So whenever you're ready, you can slowly raise that up there. Excellent, thank you. So it remains one of our country's profound tragedies that as our troops finally left Vietnam on March 29, 1973, many of these men and women came home to be shunned or neglected. Many faced treatment that was surely unbefitting their courage and a welcome that was truly unworthy of their sacrifices. We must never let this happen again. Let us today and every day reaffirm one of the most fundamental obligations: to show all who have worn the uniform of the United States the respect and the dignity they deserve, and to honor their sacrifice by serving them as well as they have served us. Let us always pay tribute to the fallen, the missing, the wounded, the millions who served, and the millions more who awaited their return. Our nation stands stronger for their service, and on Vietnam Veterans Day 2016, we honor their proud legacy with our deepest gratitude. Round of applause for our Vietnam veterans. All right, thank you very much. This really does conclude our little ceremony. I sincerely appreciate everybody coming out on such a great day. Thank you to the color guard here. Chief, can't thank you enough. And to all the veterans organizations that are represented here today. Thank you very much.